Hello and welcome to Last Week in AI with me, Rahim, where we look at top AI developments from around the world. Let's get started with the top news for this week. Massive news in the cloud infrastructure space as the giants Google and AWS announce a joint partnership, a multi-cloud connect. DeepSeek strikes yet again. It creates a Math Olympiad gold medalist model, the first in the world, and then just open sources it. Retailers are going all in on AI for this festive season with invisible data feeds and strategies focused on chatbots and Gen AI. AI will now save you from going bald as a startup uses AI to scan your head and provides a personalized plan to help you from going bald. Uzbekistan aims to train 5 million AI specialists and take governance completely digital by 2030. For years, Amazon and Google have been like the Coke and Pepsi of the internet, mortal enemies fighting to keep you locked inside each of their separate walled systems. In a massive shift, they just partnered up and shook hands. They have together launched AWS Interconnect Multi-Cloud. Now, this new service allows companies to create private, high-speed connections between AWS and Google Cloud in minutes. Now, if you have worked in this space, you know that connecting these two different clouds was a big headache of bureaucracy and a lot of complex configurations. And now this partnership marks a big change. Now, there are 3 things worth mentioning here. Number 1, it is the speed and security. So this joint partnership, it uses MaxX security, meaning that your data is safe while moving at massive speeds. Number 2, there's an open standard, meaning that they've created an open specification for how clouds talk to each other. And the future is exciting because Microsoft Azure is already scheduled to join this party in 2026. Now, here is my take. I have been talking about vendor lock-in being a real problem for a long time now, and finally we have a good sign. This might indicate the end of vendor lock-in as we know it, and this has big implications. For students and technical professionals, this means that there is a lot of new opportunities. If you have been focusing on one particular cloud solution, then you can also learn on the transfer between them, and this also automatically opens up opportunities, right? So you can be some sort of a multi-cloud architect now eventually. For organizations, this is your sign to stop compromising. You no longer have to force everything or all the workload, all the models within one particular cloud to keep things simple, right? You can now pick the absolute best AI tools from Google perhaps, and the best infrastructure from AWS perhaps, and they can link seamlessly. The new competitive advantage is not being loyal to one of these providers, but really the agility to use them all and having the right kind of solution design where things are modular and you can easily move between these providers. DeepSeek has released Math V2, an AI model that achieved gold medal status on the 2025 International Mathematical Olympiad, IMO. This is the first model to do so. And DeepSeek then just open sourced it for everyone to download, you and me, everyone. The Math V2 model scored an 83.3% in the IMO. To give you context, the IMO is the hardest mathematical competition in the world. Achieving a gold medal score in this requires not just memorizing answers, really it requires symbolic reasoning, ability to think through multi-step logical puzzles, right? And DeepSeek is the first model to achieve a gold medal in this. Now, usually models like this with this level of capacity and reasoning are locked away inside proprietary system. You have to pay big bucks to access them. But of course, DeepSeek, being DeepSeek, just uploaded this model to Hugging Face and the technical paper to archive. So you can download the paper, you can download the model as well and start playing with it. They've given this super computer like math genius to every developer in the world to use for free. Here's my take on this. Now, this is yet another significant win for open source AI development, and DeepSeek continues to lead. If you're a student, let's say, the barrier to entry keeps collapsing. Yesterday, if you wanted to study how an AI solved this math level, like Olympiad level geometry, you practically had to work at a research lab. Today, you can run the same logic on your own laptop perhaps, or on your own some cloud you're using, right? This also encourages hands-on learning. Now you can download the model, experiment with it, try to fine-tune it. You have now a tool which can create sophisticated algorithms and solve complex problems. This also highlights really the benefits of open source initiatives and democratizing technology. So now for you, developing this model, using it, fine-tuning, and applying this in various different contexts will give you a significant learning advantage and also make you really valuable in the space. Retailers are going in for an AI-powered holiday season. Now they have realized that for 2025 holidays, many of you are not typing best running shoes in a search engine. You are actually asking a chatbot which smoothly injects some paid recommendations. Yes, this is Generative Engine Optimization, and this is what major stores or major retailers are pivoting to. According to reports from Reuters and My Total Retail, companies are quickly building invisible data feeds or pages on their websites. These are not for you, me, or other humans to look at. These are purely raw data feeds designed for web scrapers. They want to make this information as easy as possible for AI systems to read their product info about, right? And if a product isn't machine readable for a chatbot, the discoverability is just not there. So here is my take on this. I've talked about this in a previous episode as well, right? This is an important shift. Our behaviors are changing. We have stopped browsing endless pages, searching 10 different pages to look for an answer, and we want that instant answer. That's how we want these systems to behave. And for companies, this is of course something significant. They must make note, they must focus on generative engine optimization and make it an important pillar of their marketing strategy. So not completely do away with the SEO and other channels, they're also there, but this GEO becomes another important step. So you need to focus on quality content that AI systems find trustworthy and quality as well, good enough to recommend, right? And for regular people like you and me watching, we can expect our chatbots to give us more and more paid results. By the way, in addition, this also opens up new opportunities for those in marketing services or those who are getting into marketing right now, as a new type of job or new type of task is emerging. Finally, AI is tackling this one problem that every guy fears, which is going bald. Not me, of course. A startup called My Hair AI has launched an app that scans your scalp using pictures to objectively measure hair loss. Now, there are two super interesting things in the story. First, this is not just a generic AI wrapper over some generic LLM. So the company has built a dedicated AI model trained on over 300,000 or 3 lakh images of human heads, right? Human scalps, to recognize what thinning looks like. And this is super useful. This removes the denial. You don't have to ask your barber politely, who doesn't want to hurt your feelings perhaps, right? You get cold, hard data. And if it finds some issues, it suggests personalized plans and also some valid clinics. The more important part, the crazier part, is that the founders have clarified that this app, the first version, was vibe coded, meaning that they did not write a single line of code. They built this initial prototype using vibe coding without hiring any engineers. This worked, and now they have 200,000 user accounts, and there are over 1,000 paying subscribers for this, right? And now the company has hired people, actual engineers, to scale the solution. Here's my take. Now, this is super interesting, and especially when concerning the speed of innovation, right? While many startups are just repackaging ChatGPT or some Gemini model, these people succeeded by building a proprietary engine for a specific human or biological problem, right? And they didn't even think the code was a barrier, right? They just went and used the AI tools available to them. And this really is a winning strategy right now. The real opportunity is not really building AI for everything, or a wide platform for everything. It is in vertical AI, as many people have been rightly pointing out. These people took computer vision, applied it deep into a very specific problem, in dermatology, within personal health. And this is pretty good. And we hope that many more solutions keep coming up in various different aspects. This innovation happens in various aspects of, say, human life, which eventually make life better. If you think the AI race is for big tech giants like Microsoft and Google, or countries like USA and China alone, then look at Uzbekistan. They dropped a 5-year plan and are investing more than $100 million to completely overhaul their country systems for AI. AI-based platforms like the Government Services Portal, the license system, Yagona Darja, and call centers are already operating. And now Uzbekistan wants to take it to the next level with 95% of all government services to be digital very soon. This means drastically less bureaucracy, of course, and things are smoother for everyone, right? But there's a really interesting thing about this story, which is that they're not just upgrading their servers, so to say. They are upgrading the people. They have planned something called the 5 million AI specialists or AI leaders program. The goal is to train nearly 5 million people, 4.75 million students, 150K teachers, 100K government workers on how to really use AI and communicate with AI tools. They are betting that AI literacy is a really valuable skill for the future. Here is my take. We often get stuck watching what the US is doing, what the China is doing, but smaller nations, they are hungry for development and progress. They realize they don't have the resources to build these massive AI models from scratch to win. Instead, they are working on the people side. They're working on a population that knows how to use these tools better than anyone else. While big countries are bogged down arguing about regulations and whatnot, places like Uzbekistan are spotting the opportunity and taking action. You don't need to be a superpower to be smart about the future. That's it for this week's top news in AI. Which story stood out to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I would love to hear your take on this. And if you like this format, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. I'm Rahim, and I'll see you in the next video.